Hey everyone, it's Sketchman911. It's been a while since I talked about YouTube in an actual rant video, so let's correct that mistake, shall we? Hey, guess what? They're in the news again for another scandal involving their child-friendly content. Is anyone shocked by this? No. Am I still going to talk about this? Yeah, you bet your ass I will. Recently, in Arizona, the mother of 7 adopted children and the owner of children's YouTube channel, Fantastic Adventures, was arrested for several accounts of heinous child abuse and neglect. Allegedly, she would beat these kids with belts and coat hangers, leave them in a room with no food or water for potentially days on end, and allegedly pepper spray them from head to toe, particularly in the genitals, with for refusing to perform on camera and for flubbing up scripted lines. Now, if that story sounds absolutely reprehensible and immoral to you, good, that means you're a good human being with a proper functioning fucking brain. What may or may not come as a shock to you is the fact that this isn't the first time this has happened on YouTube. In fact, fucked up shit like this is kind of routine here on this site. Some of you may remember, that's if you actually bothered to watch any of my other rants aside from this one and maybe the Fallout 76 one I did a couple months back. The Elsagate story, in which thousands of these family-friendly YouTube channels would upload these videos chock full of violent, explicit, downright fucking sexual content. And in the comments of these videos, there'd be literal fucking pedophiles saying how they want to give conolingus to a animated Elsa. Some of you also may remember Daddy-O5, which is another thing I talked about, in which 2 miserable sacks of shit exploited and abused their son for content fodder. Now, I don't know about you, but I remember a time when YouTube wasn't full to the brim with this child exploitation bullshit. In fact, I actually remember a time when YouTube was really meant for adults. But that has clearly changed in the past couple of years, and it's created a very, very big problem. YouTube has a kids problem. The website has clearly changed in the past couple of years, shifting focus from adults having adult conversations about the world around them to basically turning the website into fucking Disney Junior. YouTube has been trying very, very hard to push this identity of them as being family-friendly, and thus they've started throwing bones to people that make safe, bland, inoffensive, family-friendly content, and shunning the actual adults trying to have actual adult conversations with other actual fucking adults. The problem is, this has allowed exploiters of the system to downright get away with literally everything under the sun. It's become clear that YouTube desperately wants to be like television, especially when it comes to things like children's media. But here's the thing, TV has something that YouTube does not, and it's fucking regulation. There are thousands of regulatory agencies that monitor productions with young children to make sure that they're fed, they're given a good education, and most of all, they get paid for their fucking work. On YouTube, however, that's the complete opposite. These kids are turned into little circus monkeys to perform for their scummy parents. They are taken out of school by said scumbags to perform all day long on the internet. If they do not cooperate, they get beaten and starved. And at the end of it all, those kids don't see a fucking dime of the ad revenue. It goes to, you guessed it, the fucking parents, who now make a profit off of abusing their spawn. But what I think is worse than the exploitation of children is the fact that YouTube basically does nothing. And even when they do something, it's little more than a band-aid on an open bullet wound. We work closely with leading child safety organizations and others in our industry to protect young people, a YouTube spokesperson said to a news outlet. That's a blatant fucking lie, and they goddamn well know it. If they were working closely with child safety organizations, you wouldn't have videos of Elsa being fucked up the ass by Spider-Man on their goddamn kids app. You wouldn't have monsters throwing 6-year-olds in the bookshelves as harmless pranks and wholesome family fun. You wouldn't have assholes macing their children with pepper spray for not wanting to be their circus monkey. Not only do these cunts exist on this site, they fucking profiteer off of their work. It is absolutely mind-boggling to me how these people can literally abuse their kids on camera and make fucking bank. But when I say they should be mass flagged because they're probably up to some shady shit, I get a fucking community strike. And not only that, but there are people out there making actual adult content, trying to have mature conversations, but their incomes get gutted like freshwater trout because they aren't family friendly. But what baffles me even more is that fucking Susan, after all of this, is still sitting in the CEO's chair as she drives this Titanic of a fucking website further and further towards the iceberg and makes changes that cater and benefit exploitive pieces of fucking pond scum and hurt actual fucking quality content creators. People like Monkey Jones, edgy internet comedians who 5 years ago would have been openly welcomed on this site, get terminated without even so much as a fucking goodbye. Independent news people get hit hard because they aren't allowed to talk about stuff. Meanwhile, CNN and Fox make 15 fucking videos about the same story that are all fucking monetized. And even people like me are at risk of being fucked hard and rough by YouTube. Meanwhile, people like Daddy05 and Fantastic Adventures are allowed to make millions in a system that was tailor-made to benefit them. Fuck that shit! This is why I say, with my most earnest conviction, fire this bitch! I don't know why anyone thought it was a good idea to hire my fucking aunt as the CEO of a massive video sharing platform. But she clearly fucking sucks at her job. Just look what she's done to the place. It's a fucking garbage fire. Can we please remove the moron that keeps adding the fucking trash? Unless we get people like her off this website, we're gonna have more and more fucking quality content creators get gutted. We're gonna have more and more exploitative pieces of fucking shit like Daddy05 making more and more fucking content that sneaks by the algorithm because the algorithm was tailor-made for people like them. Fuck that. I want this site to be good. I'm the only motherfucker that really wants to say that this site has the potential to still be good. But not in its current fucking state. Not with this fucking cunt at the head. Fuck that. Well, that felt good. Nothing like screaming at a camera and then uploading it to the entire internet. Nothing like that clears the mind. It's very therapeutic. You should try it sometime. Anyways, this is Sketchman911 signing off. Watch this video get a community guidelines strike because I said the CEO should be fired. Ugh.